Not sure how to start your own videography business? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have my step-by-step formula how to go from complete beginner to making thousands per month as a professional videographer. And for the best videographer advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button so you're notified when I drop a video every Monday and Thursday. I've used this exact formula to grow my videography business, and I'm no Peter McKinnon yet, but I have managed to pay my bills with it. So if you're somebody who wants to pay your bills shooting video, then this is the video for you. So the first step to starting your videography business is, number one, equipment. You need equipment. You need a camera, you need audio, you need a tripod, you need lighting, you need a stabilizer, and you need good editing software. There's no getting around any of that. So number one, a camera, right? You can start off using your iPhone to practice. You can only use your iPhone to practice, but no one's gonna pay you money to shoot on an iPhone, okay? So the first thing you need is a good camera. Now, one camera that I would recommend, because this is what I started off with as a vlogging camera, and I actually was able to get my first paid gigs using this same camera, is a Panasonic Lumix G7. Now this camera is my absolute baby, and I don't think I'll ever sell it because it's just so good. It shoots 4K cinematic, 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second. Now it's just like, it's a beast for the price, you know? And I'll make sure to have all the links to the equipment and stuff that you need, but you definitely need a good camera. Now the camera that I'm actually shooting with is the Panasonic GH5. Now that's my big daddy camera. You know, I didn't have enough money for the 1DX, so the GH5, I already was familiar with the family of Panasonic, and I really like it. You know, it's a great camera. Does awesome work, is professional quality, and that's my choice. I know it was between that and the Sony a7 III, but the GH5 works perfect for me. And another thing you need is good audio. So right now I'm currently recording on a Rode Mini, which is awesome. Like, it gives great quality. You know, you just plug it in and it just records. It's not all purpose, it's just good for shooting on the go, you know? But for me, if you want that crisp sound, you know, this Zoom H1N, this thing right here, like, the quality that this thing gets is so awesome, and it's really like helped me with so many gigs, from interviews to just any type of dialogue. You get one of these with a lav mic, it just captures the quality perfectly. Definitely need good audio. Third thing that you need, right, is good lighting. So I'm currently using a softbox light, which is something that I got just for shooting YouTube videos. Like back in the day, I was doing reaction videos, a lot of, you know, covers. I'm also a rapper, so I was doing a lot of covers on YouTube, and I found that these softbox lights were perfect. So I actually use these for my shoots too. Like, all this equipment is what I use currently to get paid for gigs, and it comes out professional. Like, eventually I'm gonna have to upgrade, because you can't really like change the dimness of the light, but it works pretty good. Fourth thing you need is a tripod, right? Stabilization is important. For example, right now I'm shooting on a tripod, right? And the tripods that I started off getting were just like the Amazon tripods. Like, they're extremely cheap, but I do have to say that they're also built cheap. So like, the one that I'm using now, I still use it on shoots, but part of it is broke. Like, the actual handle is broke, but I'm still able to get good shots with it, you know, because it's just a tripod. You need something stable. Then after that, you need a stabilizer. So what I use right now is the Zhiyun Crane V2, and that thing is like gotten me through so much. So here's my Zhiyun Crane. This is the box. I'm not gonna go through the whole taking it out, putting it together. Just don't want to do that, but you know, it works so well. It worked extremely well with my G7. But now that the GH5, the GH5 is a lot heavier than the G7. So with that one, using that with the GH5, I'm very limited on like the type of movements I can make. Like, it does stabilize, but I am gonna have to upgrade eventually. But this crane has helped me get a lot of gigs just because of smoothness. So you are gonna need some type of stabilization. And after that, you need good editing, right? So One thing I use is Adobe Premiere, and if you want to get into video editing, Premiere is like standard. Whether you're on a Mac or not, or a PC, Adobe Premiere is standard in the industry. So you need Adobe Premiere. You know, there's other things out there now, like obviously you have Final Cut, which has been out there, and DaVinci also. DaVinci, I haven't used DaVinci yet. I know people that have used DaVinci. DaVinci is really good for color, but I would suggest to use Adobe Pro. And if this video is helping you in any way at all, please drop a comment letting me know what exactly I've said is ringing some kind of bell in your head. All right, thank you. And hit that like button for that YouTube algorithm. It'll really help me with my ranking, so hit that like button for me. Thank you. So the second thing you need is a portfolio. You need to show your work. Your work needs to be showcased. So you're a new videographer, right? You don't have anything to show. So the first thing I would do is shoot your friends, right? Tell your friends you want to shoot something creative, make it look really dope. Start there. Like one of my first gigs was shooting with my friend Nate. You know, he was getting paid like 500 a gig. That's really why I started, because he was doing that just like as like extra cash, and I was like, if he could do that, I could definitely do that, because I've been shooting videos for longer than him, you know, but I was still in school. He was like just shooting like small music videos for like 500 a pop, and I was like, okay, I'm in. So the first thing I did was I already had my stabilizer, because I knew I needed smooth shots, right? And I had my G7, so I went out with him to shoot this photo shoot with him and this girl Sydney for Fashion Nova. And I just took my crane, I was just like clean shots, getting all the BTS. And the video came out dope. And then I posted on my Instagram, which another thing you're gonna need is someplace to showcase it. So you can have Instagram, which is the easiest way. You can have a website. Another thing that I suggest was, if you don't want to ask your friends, you can go to like Facebook groups. Like one thing I did was I went to Facebook groups with like models, artists, photographers, videographers, makeup artists, and I'll post that you know, I'm a new videographer. I'm just looking to build my portfolio, so I will shoot things completely for free. And you know, people actually took me up on my offer. So I was like getting gigs quick and able to build my resume quick, right? So you need to build a portfolio. You need to have content for people to see, because if you don't have content, why would anybody pay you, right? Like, people need to recognize your content. They need to see that it's professional. They need to say that it's good. You need content out there. And also, like, send DMs, right? Like, you'd be surprised that once you do have a little bit of content out there that you deal with your friends and with the you know, some people on Facebook, just send a DM. Like, I live in LA, so I have access to a lot of, I guess, influencers, you know, artists, actors, all that stuff, right? So I would actually send, like, I sent a DM, like one of my friends hit me up, one of these Instagram comedians, his name is Carrie Boy, right? He was looking for a videographer. They're like, just hit him up. So I just sent him a DM saying, let's work, and he replied, and then we shot. And he's like a well-known guy. He's a well-known Instagram comedian, actor, right? And it was just so easy. He replied right away, and I didn't have like anything on my account. So don't be afraid to ask, you know, don't be afraid to send that DM, because I got the gig, I did it for free, but I was also able to have him add him to my portfolio. And then when I got there, there was another Instagram influencer there. His name is Jacob, and he's also like an actor. Like, I'll have all their stuff here so you could see, but he's an actor. He was like in Power. He's done some other stuff. So never be afraid to send that DM. But you need that portfolio. The fast way to grow is to do it for free. So step number 3. Now that you have your portfolio down, you have your reel down, you know, with all your free content that you did, right? Now it's time for you to start getting paying clients. People are gonna give you that Skrilla, you know what I'm talking about? That guacamole, that cheddar cheese, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time to start getting clients. And the way you do that is through freelance sites, you know? The first site that I used was Craigslist, and that helped me so much. Craigslist. Don't sleep on Craigslist. The first site I used was Craigslist. Do not sleep on Craigslist. right? Just make a simple post, you know, with still images of your best shots. Put in the description, you know, that you're a videographer, professional videographer. List all the equipment you have, the software, that you have lights, audio, all those things. You know, put what type of videos you have done, and then put like in the title, right? Put in the title that you're running a special. So set like a little price, like I'm running like a $300 special, right? People will think that they're getting a discount when really they're not. That's just what you're actually doing it for, right? So just put that. Then you also have sites like Upwork, you have Fiverr, that's good, you have Thumbtack. But I must say, Craigslist worked extremely well for me, because through Craigslist, right, I found a real estate client, and he was paying me more money and more frequently than the other gigs that I was getting, right? And I convinced him to pay me full-time as his full-time videographer. And I would not have had the opportunity without Craigslist, right? Another way to get gigs is what works for me personally a lot, which I get gigs in my sleep doing this, is when I post on Instagram, I use strategic hashtags so people can find my content and reach out to me. So for example, I always use whatever city I'm in plus videographer, right? Or plus videography, or plus photographer, or plus photography. So example, I live in Los Angeles, right? I always put on all my posts, Los Angeles videographer, Los Angeles videography, LA videographer, LA videography. And I know I'm giving y'all all the sauce, so now y'all my competition, right? But I want you guys to win. You know, I want you guys to be more than dreamers, and I want you to accomplish what you want to accomplish in this life. But that worked for me. Like, I got this really good gig working with an actor. His name is Isaiah Washington, right? He was on Grey's Anatomy. He's been in so many Spike Lee movies, right? So I'm just posting on Instagram, right? Hashtag. Then all of a sudden, I get a DM asking if I can shoot for a documentary, right? It's just like an interview setup. Like, all I need to do is just have the lighting, right? I need my tripod and my camera and good audio, and that's it. And I had all those things, right? So she hit me up saying how much would I charge, and I was charging super low then, right? So I just said it quick. I said like, what, $350 for like 3 hours of work? She was like, cool. And then I show up there, right? And it was for filming Isaiah Washington, right? And because of that, now I have that in my portfolio and my discography. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't, you know, use that strategic hashtag for people to find me. You know, there's one thing when you're out there seeking clients, there's another thing when clients are out there seeking you. And finally, I actually wrote a blog post about this that goes into a lot more detail, step by step, more detail than this video. It'll give you like different types of equipment, different brands, all the freelance sites. So if you want to learn, you know, more detail, the article is in the description. Just go there, right under there, right? And that is where you'll find the article. So, and also, like, this is my first video, so thank you for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe and to comment to help the YouTube algorithm, which will push me to the top. You know, like, let's get to the top fast. You know, I know it's a journey, but I'm impatient, so let's get to the top fast. It's your boy, Manifest Wallace, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.